You are standing on Proxima Centauri b. The colossal, blood-red star Proxima Centauri hangs motionless in the sky, a permanent, searing crimson eye, never moving, never setting, illuminating half your world in eternal twilight or scorching, endless day. This isn't Earth. There's no sunrise, no sunset, just the brutal stillness of a tidally locked planet where one side bakes and the other freezes. And yet, somehow, a civilization thrives here. Imagine their cities, etched not into rolling hills, but carved deep into the unforgiving rock, sprawling across the razor-thin Terminator line, that perpetually twilight zone between scorching day and glacial night. Their very existence is a testament to impossible adaptation, a triumph against cosmic indifference. The constant, relentless stellar wind from their sun, Proxima Centauri, isn't a gentle breeze. It's a howling torrent of charged particles, radiation, and sheer force. Their atmosphere, if it exists, is a battlefield. Any life, any civilization would be born from the crucible of this extreme environment. They wouldn't have known gentle blue skies. Their world would be a symphony of deep reds, oranges, and perhaps the strange green glow of exotic bioluminescent flora and fauna fighting for purchase in the perpetual gloom of the night side. Their eyes would have evolved to see wavelengths we can only theorize about, detecting the subtle shifts in the red dwarf's angry temperament, the silent, invisible threats from the stellar flares that could strip a lesser atmosphere bare in moments. Their physiology would be alien to our wildest dreams. Perhaps they possess a thick, chitinous exoskeleton, shielding them from the constant radiation bombardment, or an incredible regenerative capacity that repairs cellular damage instantly. Their blood might be infused with natural radioprotectants, or they could have evolved an energy metabolism entirely different from photosynthesis, tapping into geothermal vents or chemosynthesis from deep within their planet's crust. They might not even perceive light as we do, instead navigating by thermal signatures or subtle atmospheric vibrations. Their hearing could be hypersensitive, detecting the tremors of distant ice quakes on the night side or the groan of superheated rock on the day side. Consider the day-siders, those living under the perpetual dim red glare. Their world is one of constant warmth, possibly searing heat at the substellar point where the sun is directly overhead. Water here would be vaporized, forming thick, superheated clouds that continuously rain down on the Terminator or are blown towards the night side, only to freeze instantly. Their settlements would be subterranean, burrowing deep to escape the surface radiation and heat, perhaps utilizing the internal heat of the planet. They might have developed a form of solar energy unlike ours, not panels collecting light, but perhaps deep Earth thermal collectors drawing energy from temperature gradients created by the constant external heat. Their skin, if they have any, might be dark, reflecting less radiation, and instead absorbing specific wavelengths for obscure metabolic processes. Now shift your gaze to the Night-siders. Their realm is one of eternal ice, an endless glacier where temperatures plummet to unfathomable lows. Here, liquid water exists only as super-pressurized ice beneath kilometers of frozen crust, or perhaps in deep, lightless oceans heated by internal geothermal vents. Life here would be adapted to the dark and cold, relying on chemosynthesis or perhaps drawing energy from the planet's magnetic field. Their civilization would be illuminated by endogenous light, bioluminescent structures, geothermally powered lamps, or even by a technology we cannot comprehend that extracts light from the darkness itself. Their cities would be crystalline structures of exotic ice or vast caverns carved by magma flows, their interiors warmed by the planet's core. Imagine their communication, not through radio waves in a potentially hostile atmosphere, but perhaps through seismic pulses, transmitting complex information across miles of solid rock. But the real heart of this civilization, the true nexus of their ingenuity, would be the Terminator line. This narrow band, perpetually bathed in twilight, is where the scorching winds from the day side clash with the frigid air from the night side, creating colossal, planet-spanning storm systems. Here, conditions might be temperate enough for liquid water to flow, for a surface ocean to exist, constantly churned by incredible currents. Their cities would be marvels of engineering, anchored deep into the crust to withstand constant hurricane-force winds, perhaps even building entire floating cities designed to drift within the calmer eye of superstorms or to harness the wind's immense power. These Terminator dwellers would be the engineers, the bridge builders, the negotiators between the heat-adapted daysiders and the cold-hardy nightsiders. Their architecture would be aerodynamic, streamlined, like ancient ships built to weather an eternal tempest. Their technology would be born of necessity. Forget solar panels, they would have mastered atmospheric energy harvesting on an unimaginable scale, capturing the kinetic energy of the planetary winds or converting temperature differences into power. They would likely possess advanced geomagnetism, either for navigation, communication, or even as a defensive shield against their star's violent flares. Their space exploration would be minimal, if it exists at all, focused inward on understanding their planet's immense geological forces and surviving its extreme weather patterns. Their astronomy, if they had one, would be less about seeing distant stars and more about precisely predicting the next Proxima Centauri superflare, a cosmic event that could wipe out surface life. Their societal structure would be fascinating. Would the daysiders, nightsiders, and Terminator dwellers represent distinct cultures, perhaps even different species, unified by a shared civilization? Or would their societies be utterly integrated, individuals moving between zones as needed, their bodies adapted through technology or biological manipulation? Perhaps a caste system exists, determined by one's ability to withstand certain environmental extremes. Their philosophy would surely be centered on resilience, on survival against overwhelming odds. Their art might depict the raging storms of the Terminator, the stark beauty of the eternally red sun, or the silent, deep mysteries of the night side. Their history would be a saga of overcoming planetary threats, of harnessing the very forces that sought to extinguish them. Consider their form of communication. With such diverse sensory inputs and environmental conditions across their world, a universal language might not even be vocal. It could be a complex system of light patterns, or seismic vibrations, or even a form of telepathy honed by generations of living in isolation and then requiring instant, clear communication to survive. Their scientific understanding of the universe would be fundamentally different. Without a clear day-night cycle, their concept of time might be abstract, perhaps measured by geological events, stellar flares, or the slow, rhythmic pulses of their world's core. They wouldn't have looked up at a diverse tapestry of stars. Their own star would dominate their sky, a constant, unchanging beacon. Now, imagine humanity discovers them. We've spent centuries gazing at Proxima Centauri, knowing it hosts an Earth-sized exoplanet in its habitable zone. Our probes finally arrive, tiny specks of human ambition, hurtling across 4.2 light-years. What do we see? Not necessarily sprawling cities on the surface, but perhaps subtle energy signatures emanating from deep within the Terminator canyons, or strange, regular seismic patterns on the night side. Our first detection wouldn't be a visual one, but a whisper in the static of the cosmos, a hint of ordered complexity. The implications for humanity would be seismic. We are not alone. Not just microbial life, but a full-fledged civilization, one that defied every conventional expectation of life in the habitable zone. It would redefine our place in the universe, challenge our assumptions about biology, and force a profound reevaluation of what constitutes life and intelligence. The sheer effort to communicate, separated by light years and vastly different evolutionary paths, would be the greatest scientific and philosophical undertaking in our history. Their existence would also pose an ethical dilemma of unparalleled magnitude. Do we make contact, or do we observe from a distance, respecting their unique development? The very act of our arrival, even if unseen, could disrupt their world in ways we cannot predict. Their response to our discovery could range from profound curiosity to overwhelming fear, or even a sense of aggressive territoriality if they perceive us as a threat to their hard-won survival. Their civilization, having fought a continuous battle against a hostile environment for millennia, would likely be incredibly resilient, perhaps even wary of external influences. The technological chasm could be immense. They might be vastly more advanced in certain fields, having mastered energy forms or material sciences that we can only dream of, perfected over countless generations of extreme environmental pressure. Or they might be limited in others, their focus purely on planetary survival, with no need for interstellar travel. The exchange of knowledge, if it ever occurred, would be transformative for both species. We might learn secrets of radiation shielding, extreme energy harvesting, or even entirely new forms of biological adaptation. They, in turn, might gain a broader perspective on the universe, seeing beyond their solitary red sun. The very concept of their habitable zone would challenge ours. Their life wouldn't just adapt to the zone, it would exploit its extremes, finding niches and resources in ways we previously deemed impossible. Proxima Centauri b's civilization stands as a stark reminder. The universe is far stranger, far more creative than our Earth-centric biases allow us to imagine. Their struggle, their triumph, would echo across the void, a testament to the indomitable will of life itself, finding a way, always, even in the perpetual twilight of a distant red dwarf. And their existence would forever change the meaning of looking up at the stars. Every distant point of light would carry a new, profound possibility, a silent, enduring question: who else is out there, defying the impossible, just like them?